It is getting chilly out. Today we're going to make a nice beef stew. Let's get to it. Into my Dutch oven I have olive oil and some butter. I'm going to be adding in garlic and green onions. Already seasoned the pan, Tommy spice, salt, pepper, garlic, and onion all granulated. I'm just going to stir this around until I start smelling the aromatics. Now, what I got here was a nice shoulder cut. I cubed it up. This is just for the two of us, and this is going to go a long way. Also, I have some 2 small potatoes and 1 small carrot that's going to go into this stew. And also, I have some beef stock that I had made probably about 6 months ago, so I need to make some more. That'll be the next video. We're going to roast some bones. All right, let's get this thing going. Okay, this is nice caramelized. I can smell the onion. I also smell the garlic in here. Okay, now I'm going to add in the meat. So I'm going to push all this off to the side for a minute. Now, I season my pan. I put a little bit of seasoning on here, and I'm just going to run this around so everything gets coated. All right, listen to that now. Well, I tell you what, the aromas from the onion, the garlic, and now adding the beef into it, it is something else. It's an easy process. Anybody can do it. Now, I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste to it. And also, I'm going to add a little bit of wine. I like that flavor. And then we're going to pour the liquid in, and then we are just going to we're going to braise it until it is fork tender, and probably about 40 minutes later I will add in the potatoes and the carrots. Okay, so I normally, when I do make my beef stock, I don't want to spill this, okay? This one here, I added in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce into it, and you want to taste it, okay? You want to make sure that between Worcestershire and when I do make my beef stock, I don't add any salt to it, just for this reason here, because you don't want it to overpower it to become very salty. Don't want that. So I taste it, make sure it's got that great flavor of the beef, and you can drink this right now because it was cooked down. It was really good. Now I added the Worcestershire sauce to it just to give it a little bit more body to it, a little bit more flavor. All right, and now I'm going to do is to the meat I'm going to add in some tomato paste. Okay, so I'm going to add that in. It helps the meat brown up a little bit better, gives it another deeper type of flavor to it. So I'm going to squeeze in here about 2 tablespoons of it. Now, being that I'm just cooking for the 2 of us here, I've been buying these tubes, okay? And they work out great because once you do open up a can, okay, even though as small as it is, you open up the can, now you gotta save it. So we used to take them, freeze them, put them in the freezer and just use them that way. This is so much more convenient and fairly cheap also. So I would say stock up on this, keep them up in the closet until you open them. They work out really good. So I'm just going to stir this in here a little bit. I keep saying aroma. It's fantastic. Now, like I said, this is simple to do. Now you can buy already cubed up beef for this purpose, okay? I usually buy the whole shoulder, cut it up, and then once I take it out of the freezer, I can use it, cut it this way here, and it becomes a lot cheaper as of now. I mean, with the prices, they're unbelievable. Okay. Wow. Now, since I added in the tomato paste, you can see a different look to the meat, okay? It's got that nice what's on the bottom of the pan right here. Get out of there. So we're getting a nice fond, but it's not burning because I'm steady moving it. Now we're getting that beef flavor, okay, plus with the tomato. The garlic and onions are like melting away. I mean, really, really good. Okay. All right, at this point, I'm going to add in a little of the stock. Okay, just want to cover the top of it. Now look at that deep, rich color. Now I'm going to let this thing do its. We're going to let this do its thing, and I'm going to put the cover on it and let that cook probably for about 45 minutes. Okay, now for the key ingredient, as far as I'm concerned, we're going to need 3 cups of Pinot Noir. So I'm going to fill the first cup. And then we're going to fill these other 2 cups. Now, one, gotta pull this up, get a facial. Oh man. Yeah, this is looking really good. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add in the wine. Now this is gonna give it another deeper flavor, okay? The aromas right away that you get from that going in, okay? We're just gonna let this thing cook down. I'm gonna lower it down as much as I can. And now back in the day, we used to take on the burners, we would take lids from the number 10 cans, and we would put them on the burners if we were slow cooking something, and that would actually resonate the flame different. Okay, a lot of times if you burn something in the pot, you'll see exactly where the flame is or the grates. So if you disperse it a little bit, make it a little bit even. But nowadays you got to be real careful because they're not tin cans anymore. They're plastic coated and it's very thin, and you could ruin your dinner that way. Okay, I'll put the lid back on. Lower it down. Okay, these are the spices that I'm going to use: ground rosemary, also ground thyme, and ground cumin. I'm going to mix that up. Probably. I'm going to probably use a half a teaspoon each, all right? And then when I'll add that into the stew as I add in the potatoes and the carrots. And then we'll finish cooking it out that way. It is time, let me get my rag here. It is time to add in the potatoes and the carrots. Whew, boy, I tell you. And these are going to go in. Put them in on top. And then I'm going to add in the mixture of rosemary, thyme, and cumin. Had to get away for that. Gives you that earthiness that you want from a stew, beef stew like this. And I'm going to add that all in. And then I'm going to give it one stir. Make sure everything gets added to the bottom of it. Between the tomato paste, okay, the Pinot Noir. I'm going to add just a little bit of Tommy spice because I did taste the broth itself. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in just a little bit more beef stock to cover this. Okay. We're going to let that cook.
If you like what you see, you can buy me a coffee. I'll leave a link in the description down below. It really helps out to support the channel. Thank you in advance.
Once you get everything cut up and the meat cut up and the vegetables and you get everything cooking there, it's a good time to take everything apart on your counter, wipe it, give it a good wipe down, give it a nice cleaning. This way you don't forget. You don't want to cross-contaminate anything. And it's a good practice to make sure that you clean as you go. And also, when it's cold outside, come in from whatever you're doing outside, okay? It's nothing better than sitting down with a hearty beef stew made from scratch, okay? I'm gonna add a little more potato to the top of it here. Look at the silkiness of this right here. I mean, it's unbelievable. Just take a look. How silky this is. Man, they made a mess. Now, time to garnish it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of green to it. This is a little bit of celery leaf. Okay. Now, taste it first before you add any kind of salt and pepper to it. And I'm going to give this a try. Just take a look at that. Look how silky this is. Let me give you a closer look here. This is, I mean, it is tender. Vegetables are done just right. And super simple. Let's take a bite. Okay, here goes. The beef is super tender. Now, this is a tough cut of meat. So, using a shoulder cut, you have to cook it for a while, break down all the fiber in there. Fantastic, very hot. Oh, there you have it. Little potato. Ooh. I didn't want to talk with my mouth full, but I got to tell you, here it is right here. I mean, fantastic. About 2 hours. Just a minimum of, potato, carrot, some onion, green onion, also some garlic, a little bit of herbs, homemade beef stock. Put it in there, let it cook down. There it is. I mean, very hearty, very warm for the heart. Catch you next week. I'm Tom, the Sunday Dinner Chef. Take care, stay safe.
As I cross into the 7th decade, I gotta pat myself on the back because you know what? No goat still got it. Thanks everybody, take care.